So this is your King of Kings saying good afternoon to you this Tuesday afternoon, the latter part of November 25th, I think it is, the month until Christmas. So this fake state of Israel is also now making claims that she has something to do with God. Now, everything they claim about what God said to them, promising them from the river to the river to the sea, or whatever it is, that's all true. But what is also true is God said in clear and abundant, loquacious terms, all of that bounty was contingent upon the absolute fidelity to what is called the covenant between God and the Jew. And there is no doubt about this in the minds of our really Jewish folks. It is only in the minds of the Zionists that think they can get around the laws of God by their new math, nouveau philosophy, and nouveau political domination. But my whole planet is bowing down to this serial idiocy called Zionism, which allows the believer, the subscriber to said uh, construct, to allow themselves to feel superior to everybody else because we know best. God favors us the most. Now, in the first place, if they were really God's people, they would not be conducting themselves that way. God's people would let you discover their nobility. They would not have to lie about it, calling themselves the most moral army on earth. Not even the Nazis, the people soaked in Nazism, could stand the guilt of murdering innocent people, especially unarmed women and children. Like that broke down the morale so badly in the Nazi cause that they had to think of another way to get rid of these venomous Jews as they saw them. They made no distinction between Zionists and the reeling Jews. But then Hitler didn't have an invalid chicken in the fight the way we do. Understand? There's a whole body of Jews that do not subscribe to this bullshit. But they're terrified and beaten down by these Zionist cousins much removed from them, I might add. There is no relationship between God and any Zionist whatsoever. Anybody that preaches the laws or the theories of Zionism is nothing but a hobo in a politician's clothes. That's it. Has no additive impact on any portion of this world, especially on themselves. You know, I pray that humanity grows a brain sufficient enough to distinguish between our real Jews and the fake ones. The fake ones will blame you for everything and tell you they're perfect. My real Jews will apologize to you for the doings of their cousins and try to make amends in whatever way they humbly can. The Rothschilds are at the source of this sickness, and how they could be so ungrateful to the God that gave them so much to play with that they play this way is really saddening and sickening. It's a very, very, very poor cousin to who God determined would inherit these lands. It is not a Zionist. It never could be a Zionist. Zionism didn't exist until Jacob's son's time. Dinah, Jacob's daughter, is the founding princess of the Zionists. They're quick with the easy excuse, tip of the tongue, always ready. Oh, that's this reason, that's that reason. It's not me, it's never me. I'm perfect. I'm Super Joe. I'm your king of kings. My interest is in this whole planet. And those folks would have had the whole world at their beck and call if they had lived in fidelity to the covenant. Fact is, they haven't. And hence, any tenure on those lands from a God given or spiritual or religious point of view is moot. They are not the inheritors of those lands. Those who live in fidelity to the covenant are. And it seems to us that the Muslims are far more honorable, live much more in fidelity to the covenant of the Ten Commandments than any fake Jew could pretend to be. Oh God, first, if she says I can quote him anytime, Zionists are disease and nothing more. Chicken King saying, Happy Tuesday.